and in this video I'm going to be telling you where to find a free Festive eye exercise tool to help improve your eyesight. Now it's that time of year where our festive decorations go away, but there might be one decoration that you want to keep out this year. Now those of you that know me or have seen my previous blogs will know that I have an avid interest in activating and improving peripheral vision and also resting central vision. Now the decoration that we're going to be using to do that is actually going to be flashing lights. The reason why the flashing lights are so good is because our peripheral cells, known as rod cells, actually respond to movement and to dim light. And by blocking the central vision, you're also switching off those central cones and really allowing the eyes and brain to focus on using these peripheral cells. Now the reason why that's so important is because in our modern everyday lives we're really overusing our central vision and really underusing our periphery. If you think about it, our everyday life mainly consists of using the computer, reading books, watching TV, being on your cell phone. Anything like that is a very centrally focused task that you're doing every day. And it means that we're pretty much ignoring our periphery most of the time. Now unfortunately, that's not the way our eyes were designed for, and nature didn't intend for us just to overuse our central vision all the time. In fact, it was our periphery that kept us alive all those years back in the jungle, being able to look out for predators or in fact anything that's trying to eat us so that we can stay alive. If you think about somebody sitting at their office desk, their focus is constantly central. Now imagine that that person has a deadline to achieve that afternoon, and if they don't get that work done, then they're going to be in a lot of trouble by their boss. Now the sympathetic nervous system kicks in, anxiety kicks in, and our constant focus is just to get this single task done. Now that means that you're working within 1 or 2 feet in front of you all the time, and you have to switch off from the world around you. Because if you didn't, and in fact that person was trying to focus on their work and they were taking in the office environment, people walking around, photocopiers going off, all the different noises and everything, then that means that they won't be able to focus on their work and they just won't get it done. Now whereas before our survival depended on being out in the wild and being able to see everything around us to make sure that we weren't in any danger, our survival now comes to being able to get this work done. Because if we don't, then we don't get paid, and if we don't get paid, well then we can't eat. So it's important to acknowledge this because it shows that there's a big difference between the two. Now, if you are constantly focusing on your central vision, as we pointed out, you're always underusing your periphery. So from time to time, what you want to try and do is tune in to the peripheral world around you. Not all the time, because it's, as we just said, it's impractical. What we need to try and learn to do is adapt to our modern day life, but to try and use the eyes as naturally as possible. So by tuning in from time to time in the periphery, you're acknowledging that the periphery is still there, you're still keeping the brain active, you're waking up those rod cells. Now, this isn't necessarily, it's a good thing to do throughout the day, but we also want to use these flashing lights whenever you get time in the evening time or any time throughout the day that you get a chance to try and activate those rod cells that little bit more by sitting in the dark, putting the flashing lights around you, blocking the central vision, and then turning the lights on, and then actually allowing for 10 minutes or so for those rod cells to actually be stimulated. Now what that's going to do is bring back the balance in between the central vision and peripheral vision, because there's a big strain going on there if you're constantly overusing your central vision. Now those of you that use the computer a lot, or in fact read a lot, will know that after some time that you're actually going to start getting that strain in your eyes. So a lot of that is because you're overusing that central vision and underusing the periphery. So by tuning into the periphery, by taking these regular breaks, stimulating those peripheral cells, you're actually going to help bring back that balance between the two. Now one thing I like about using these decorations to stimulate the periphery so much is that they're very versatile, meaning that depending on what your condition is, you can actually suit the flashing lights towards your visual needs. For example, if you were just somebody who was, say, nearsighted or just spends a lot of time at the computer, and you're finding that strain, or in fact you want to try and prevent the strain, then you can use these lights to put it in the periphery, and you can then block your central vision. So I've got some here where you were just, and you probably can't see this as well because it's a dim light, and I'll show you what this would look like in the dark. But you would either hold these lights up, or you could tape them, I don't know, to a bookshelf or to the wall or what have you. You want to be blocking your central vision. Now you could use a bigger paper than this as well. If you go to our website at envisionselfhealing.com and go to the peripheral vision exercises, you'll find the full details on this exercise, where we use a medium-sized paper and a large-sized piece of paper. But for this purposes, I'm just going to use a small one. So we've just got a piece of masking tape on the back here for you to place on the center of your eye, blocking the central vision. And again, the reason why this is important is because we overuse our central vision so much every day. So by blocking it, we give it much needed rest. You can just place these lights out inside the periphery, and you're helping to stimulate those peripheral cells. Now, because it's this sort of wiry and there's plenty of length, you could either double it up if need so be, if you want a little bit more light to come through there, or in fact you can move it throughout the periphery. It's amazing how much we forget how large our peripheral field actually is. So in fact, for a lot of you, you would be able to hold the lights all the way out to the extreme peripheries of both sides, and maybe even move them around in and outside the periphery. Now, when I said it could suit each condition, there's an added bonus with these lights that you can also use them if you have a condition such as retinitis pigmentosa, optic atrophy, glaucoma, anything where you have a specific area of the retina that you're finding that you're lacking in vision, what we call fuzzy spots, because it's something that you just can't see that clearly through. So if that's the case, then again you would sit in the dark room, block your central vision, or where you feel your good vision is, and then you can place the lights in that specific area. So for me, with my retinitis pigmentosa, it's the paramacula, so the area between the macula and the outer periphery, that's most effective. So what I can do is I can make smaller loops with these lights, so that it means that I can then hold it and move it to where I need those areas to be stimulated, or those cells to be stimulated as much as possible. And then of course, with the central vision blocked, then that means that I'm really resting my central vision, something that I'm really overworking, because with that lack of peripheral vision, I'm really working that central vision that much more. Unfortunately, if you're already ahead of the game and you've already put your flashing lights away, then you're going to have to head back into the attic and get them back out again. But trust me, it's certainly worth it to try and rest that central vision and try and start working the periphery. I'm pretty sure you're going to start noticing differences in a short amount of time when you feel that rest from the central vision, and you'll be surprised how much better your periphery is going to improve, especially when you're in dark environments. Now, again, you can find more details on this exercise at envisionselfhealing.com. Head over to the exercise tab, and there you will find a list of a whole bunch of exercises for you to try out. But in particular, you want to go to the peripheral vision exercise, and there it tells you how to do your peripheral vision exercises in the light and in the dark. Now, because this is using the flashing lights, ideally you would do this in a dark environment, but you could just try it out and see how it works for you. As always, we love getting your feedback on how you're finding your eye exercises, and if you have any tools or anything that you found that actually helps improve your vision. It's amazing how you start getting in the mindset of the world around you being eye exercises, that you find all these little tips and all these little tools to help improve your vision, and we love to hear about it. So you can find send us an email, or find the email address on our website at envisionselfhealing.com. Our email address is placed below. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter at William Fuller EN, or look me up on Facebook, William Fuller Envision. And of course, head over to our Facebook fan page at Envision Self Healing and like our fan page. And again, give us feedback, leave us any comments, or leave us a comments on the bottom of this post and let us know how you're getting on. So, good luck with your eye exercises and happy healing.